Killing of the demon Tranavatasura. Sometimes his mother lifts her child, and when her child falls in her hands, the child laughs, and the mother also enjoyed pleasure. Mother Yashoda used to do this, but this time Krishna became very heavy, and she could not bear his weight under the circumstance. It is to be understood that Krishna was aware of coming Tranavartasura, who would take him far away from his mother. Krishna knew that when Tranavarta come and take him away from his mother's lap, Mother Yashoda would be greatly bereaved. He did not want his mother to suffer any difficulty from the demon. Therefore, because he is the source of everything, he assumed the heaviness of entire universe. The child was on the lap of Yashoda, who was therefore possession of everything in the world. But when the child assumed such heaviness, she had to put him down in order to give Tranavartasura an opportunity to take him away and play with him for some time before the child turned to the lap of his mother. Mother Yashoda was unable to understand his philosophy because she was dealing with Krishna as his real mother by the arrangements of Yogamaya. Not understanding the importance of Krishna, she would only seek shelter for Narayana for Krishna's safety and call the Brahmanas to counteract the situation. Krishna's heaviness was unbearable for child's mother. But when Tranavartasura came, he immediately carried the child away. This was another demonstration of Krishna's inconvincible energy. When the Tranavarta demon came, Krishna became lighter than the grass, so that the demon could carry him away. This was Krishna's blissful transcendental pleasure. Tranavartasura assumed the form of whirlwind and carried with a destum the whole tract of land known as Gokula, so that no one could see even the nearest thing. For a moment, the old pasturing ground was overcast with dense darkness, formed the destum, and the mother Yashoda was unable to find her son where she had placed him. Because of the bits of sound thrown about by Tranavarta, people could not see themselves or anyone else. Thus they were illusioned and disturbed. Because of the destum stirred up by the strong whirlwind, Mother Yashoda could not find no trace of her son, nor could she understand why. Thus she fell down on the ground like a cow who has lost her calf, and began to lament very pitifully. When the force of destom and the wind subsided, Yashoda's friends, the other gopis, approached Mother Yashoda, hearing her pitiful crying. Not seeing Krishna present, they too felt very much aggrieved and joined Mother Yashoda in crying, their eyes full of tears. Here is a competition in yogic power between Krishna and Tranavartasura by practicing mystic yoga. Asuras generally attain some perfection in 8 siddhis or perfections, namely Anima, Lahima, Mahima, Prapti, Garima, Prakamya, Ishitva, and Vashitva. But although a demon may acquire such powers to a very limited extent, he cannot compete with the mystic power of Krishna. For Krishna is Yogeshwara, the source of all mystic power. No one can compete with Krishna. Sometimes, of course, having acquired a fragmental portion of Krishna's mystic power, Asuras demonstrate their power to the foolish public and assert themselves to be the God, not knowing that God is the supreme Yogeshwara. Here also we can see that Tranavarta assumed the Mahima Siddhi and took Krishna away as if Krishna was an ordinary child. But Krishna also became a mystic Mahima Siddhi. When Mother Yashoda was carrying him, he became so heavy that his mother who was usually accustomed to carrying him, would not bear him and had to place him down on the ground. Thus, Trinavarta had been able to take Krishna away in the presence of Mother Yashoda. But when Krishna, high in the sky, assumed the Mahima Siddhi, the demon, unable to go further, was eligible to stop his force and come down according to Krishna's desire. One should not therefore compete with Krishna's mystic power. Devotees automatically have all mystic power, but they do not like to compete with Krishna. Instead, they fully surrender to Krishna, and their yogic power is demonstrated by Krishna's mercy. Devotees can show yogi mystic yoga so powerful that a demon could not even dream of it. But they never try to demonstrate it for a personal sense gratification. Whatever they do is for the service of Lord, and therefore they are always in the position superior to that of demons. There are many karmis, yogis, jnanis who artificially try to compete with Krishna and thus ordinary. Foolish people who do not care to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from authorities consider some rascal yogi to the Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of Krishna's weight, Trinavarta considered him to be like a great mountain nor a hunk of iron. But because Krishna had caught the demon's neck, the demon was unable to throw him off. He therefore thought of the child as wonderful, since he could neither bear the child nor cast aside the burden. With Krishna grasping him by the throat, Trinavarta choked, unable to make even a sound or even to move his hands and legs. His eyes popping out, the demon lost his life and fell, along with the little boy, down on the ground of Vraja. While the gopis who had gathered were crying for Krishna, the demon fell from the sky into a big slab of stone. His limbs dislocated. The gopis immediately picked Krishna up from the chest of demon and delivered him, free from all inauspiciences, to Mother Yashoda, because the child, although taken into the sky by the demon, was unharmed, and now free from all danger and misfortune. The gopis and cowherd men headed by Nanda Maharaja were extremely happy. It is most astonishing that although this innocent child was taken away by Rakshasa to be eaten, he, he has returned without having been killed or even injured. Because this demon was envious, cruel, and sinful, he has been killed for his own sinful activities. This is the law of nature. An innocent devotee is always protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and a sinful person is always vanquished for his sinful life.